Alrighty, folks, you've been hearing on my channel that the real estate market is crazy, especially if we focus on below the median. So the one and only Matt, the mortgage guy, has gone out and collected real information on real deals that are in escrow, and he has already told me it is bonkers. So, buddy, what's going on? What are you seeing out there in these real transactions happening here in the month of April?
Right. Yeah. It's one thing to look at stats. It's one thing to, see a headline. It's another thing to be working with these clients, working with these agents in these markets that are ultra competitive. Before I even say anything, I would love for the one rental at a time community to tell me like what you're seeing in your market. Because I'm genuinely interested when I talk to, Connor on my team that's got some Texas stuff going, some Florida stuff going, some Tennessee stuff going. It feels ultra competitive in a lot of markets. But maybe there's some that aren't. Maybe there's some that are slow, especially when you're talking about first-time home buyers. I think that's the segment that I focus a lot of my business on. It's a segment that's active and wants to buy, and that's where a lot of this demand is. And it's tough. So I know that my little team based in Sacramento got 4 deals into contract over the weekend in Sacramento. I've got a loan officer down in Southern California. They got 3 deals into contract. And I just wanted to look at them and say, what were they listed at? What did they sell at? How long were they in contract? And then another important thing to consider, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, is do you have to waive your appraisal contingency? Do you have to waive your loan contingency?
Are we back to that again? Oh, no.
On some deals, unfortunately, Mike, why is my office so hot? Man, the market is so hot.
Your computer is steaming.
I got a good workout in. I think my body temperature is still hot, but quickly, on the 3 deals, and I'm just looking at a text I got from a loan officer down south. It looks like all 3 days on market, 19, 5, and 7. So sold relatively quick. We're talking about $399, $599, and $659 list price. Okay. And then I've got, at list, slightly above. So nothing crazy. Listed at $599.9, in contract at $600. Listed at $659.9, in contract $663.5. Contingencies shortened, not waived on one of them. It looks like shorten, not waive on that second one. And those 2 are like the 600, 660, which Riverside County, that's a first-time home buyer in Riverside County for all intents and purposes. And then the $400,000 one, I think that one might have been Big Bear. And, didn't have to waive any contingencies. Then we've got Sacramento. Which, our buddy Ryan Lundquist, I looked at the stats yesterday for like sub 500, what's active versus what's pending. And when you've got 2.5x pendings and you have actives, stuff is selling fast. It's competitive. And so that's what we're dealing with. And what it takes to get into contract is a reflection of that. And it shows listed for $470, in contract at $535.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Listed at $665, in contract at $7, appraisal contingency waived, loan contingency waived. I'm trying to remember the other 2 offhand because I didn't write down the notes on the Sacramento one, but all 4 above ask. Some combination of contingencies shortened on 2, totally removed on 1, and then appraisal gap and kept a loan contingency on the 4th. So it's competitive. I mean, that's just the way to say it, I guess. That's nice.
And the inventory's not coming. That's the problem, right? Again, it's one thing to be cute and say, hey, demand is being reduced because interest rates are higher, which is technically true. But you've taken the supply curve from here to here. So you don't need as much demand. So it feels as competitive as last year. Now we aren't getting the crazy offers. Now I will say 12% over asking is getting pretty close. But last year, this time we were, significantly, or it was more common. But the market's hot. I don't know what else to say. The market is hot right now.
Yeah, for sure. And so as a first-time home buyer, know know that this is probably the advice we gave a couple of years ago, Mike, and I remember having this conversation with you. If you're a buyer, you probably don't want to buy the prettiest house that gets the most attention because it's going to sell at a premium. You might want shag carpets, a little bit of deferred maintenance, and something that's going to detract other people. And then you come in and you buy it for $450 instead of, you know, paying $535 for something that's pristine. You put in a little bit of elbow grease and sweat equity, and you make it what you want it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think this is the time. You got to just realize, right? If the supply of something is reduced and the demand stays constant, it's not getting any better. I mean, I'm in a battle with Logan from Housing Wire, and I say a battle. It's not really a battle, but Logan is the man. He puts out these weekly stats, and you could go back on Twitter. I'm like, Logan, dude, the inventory's not coming. The inventory's not coming. The inventory's not coming. And he's very quickly going to run out of spring selling season. We've artificially picked Mother's Day as the day he's going to admit that, you know what, inventory never came. So
I'd be curious to try to dig out of him because he's brilliant. I agree. Like, he's got some really good stuff, and you know, met him and chatted with him at some mortgage conferences. Where's it going to come from? That's what I want to ask.
Yeah, it's just not coming, man. I mean, rates are up too, right? Rates kind of bottomed out 2 weeks ago at like 6.2, 6.25. Now they're like 6.6 or something.
Yeah, people always want to hear about rates. So if you want to do another video on rates, we could talk about a quite a jump that we've seen and how that might be a good thing.
There you go. Well, you know what? We will do that in video number 2. But before you do that, tell them how they can find you, reach out to your team, get pre-approved, all that good stuff.
Go to greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out the quick form, and we'll be in touch. I haven't had anybody yelling and screaming at me and telling me they haven't heard from us. So seems to be working. Greatmortgagebroker.com.
All right, folks. Video number 2 is going to be rates are up, and that's a good thing. We're going to see how Matt spins that. Thanks, buddy.